Okay, class, so I'm going to do this really quick. I am not going to go through and do all of the problems, but I am going to pull some major ones that I think we should probably talk about. So we hit the first page and a couple of the things in there. We should be able to go through and do the ones in our calculator. But let's take a look at number 26. So if we want to find the opposite of negative 3/5, keep in mind that just because this negative is on the top doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to the entire thing. So the opposite of negative 3/5 is just a positive 3/5, no negatives in it. Number 27, where we are buying something with a discount, and then we have some sales tax to consider as well. So the original price started at $42. Okay, and it's telling us that it's on sale for 15%. So if we want to find 15% of something, the first piece that we need to keep in mind is that of is multiplication. So we want to take 42 times 15%. And to write 15% as a decimal, we will put 0.15. If you forget how to do that, remember in your calculator, you could type in the 15, okay, and then second and the open parentheses, and it will put that percent in there for you and tell you what it is as a decimal. You can work with it that way. Okay, so when we multiply these in our calculator, we then get 6.3. That's how much it's on sale for. So that's how much we are saving or how much we are going to take off. So we'll take $42 and we are going to take off that $6.30. We're subtracting that away from the original price because that's how much it's on sale for. So now we have $35.70 as the price of our item. Okay, but we also need to consider that we're going to be charged an additional 7% for sales tax. So on this $35.70, we are going to have 7% sales tax. Remember, 7% is 0.07. So we'll do $35.70 times 0.07, which is going to give us 2.499. When we're talking about money, right, we can't write money with an extra decimal over here. So we're just going to round that to $2.50. That's an additional price that we're paying, so we're going to need to add those two values together. So our final step is going to be to take that $35.70 and add to it the $2.50. Okay, so if we add our $35.70 plus our $2.50, we end up with the final answer of $38.20. Okay, then we get to, let's see if I can go in the right order here and not skip. Area. So remember, to find area of something, we need to multiply the length and the width. So you're more than welcome to use a calculator to do this. You just need to multiply the two numbers that we see here. The key is that you need to make sure you get the correct label. So we get 12 and 2/15, but we need to make sure that we have inches squared because area is always a square label. On 29, we're asked to find the perimeter, and remember, perimeter, we're adding up all the sides. So we need, sorry, I'm hitting the camera. We need to include all four sides being added up, and you can also put this in your calculator if you would prefer to do that. It doesn't matter as long as you're giving me an exact answer and not a rounded answer. So we'll get 9.22. Again, the key here is that our label is single, so just centimeters, not centimeters squared. Okay, then if we look at a couple here with our number sets, I'm not going to do these all. It might be helpful if you wanted to rewrite these in the sort of the pattern we've talked about. Gosh, I have to adjust my camera. I don't like where it's sitting. So we have natural, whole, integer, rational, irrational, and real. That might help if you like that starting point. So remember, repeating decimals show up in rational. So this would be rational and real. 33, you will need to simplify each of those. It's probably easier to just simplify the top and then the bottom in your calculator, but it really doesn't matter which way you go. As long as you get them both simplified, we end up with 17/14. That is a fraction. So fractions fall in our rationals, so then everything below it is rational and real. Number 3, 5 is a natural number. It's the very beginning of our list. So we would need to include everything other than irrational, right? So we'd have natural, whole, integer, rational, and real. Number 35 has pi. Pi is always over here in our irrational, so we'd have irrational and real. Okay, I'm gonna leave the last 3 for you to do. Okay, then on our last page, if we look at number 39, 39 says the sum, so remember sum is addition, of 2 irrational numbers. So if we have something like pi plus pi, what type of number is that going to be? And it's always going to be irrational. Okay, 42, the quotient. So if we're dividing of 2 rational numbers, so maybe 10 and 4, I don't know, right? That's always going to be some type of fraction. So this will be rational. Remember, everything for number 39, 40, there should be a 41, apparently I numbered that wrong, should either be, the answer in the blank should be rational or irrational. Okay, so the rest of the answer key you can just open up and look at. They're just not worked out for you. Otherwise, this is due tomorrow in class. If you have any last minute questions, you'll be able to ask for just the first few minutes and then we'll take the test.